So we'll do that right now. So, all right. So, Lil Nas X needs controversy to survive. So shout out to Matty Balls for the vid. Let's get into it because I really want to know what he says.
Is a genius when it comes to marketing. He has been able to generate billions of streams on his music and billions of impressions across every social media platform every time he releases a song, a feat that most artists cannot accomplish. But lately, his marketing strategy has heavily divided his fan base, leaving many people wondering, has he taken it too far?
I wasn't gonna do music like for real, for real. I was just gonna post something because I was bored and I was supposed to be doing some college work. And I was like, oh, every rapper name got Lil and Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi. So what if I was Lil Nas? Ha ha ha.
So Lil Nas
So he started his whole career off on a joke. Essentially, coming out of his mouth, this is what he said. He started his career off on as a joke, and we expect him to take music seriously. You know, you know what? I'm gonna just let it play. I'm gonna let it play.
X began his career on Twitter, as many of you may know, running a Nicki Minaj stan account called Nas Mirage. He said that when he was younger, him and his dad moved to a small town, which caused him to isolate himself, staying inside on the internet all day. Since he was on the internet all the time, Lil Nas X was able to get his Nas Mirage account up to around 200,000 followers on Twitter, so it was clear he knew his way around the internet. But then in May of 2018, he decided to start making music. He told his parents that he was going to take a break from school and decided to give making music a serious try. He started working at Zaxby's, living with his sister, and
In reality, he already dropped out. Lived off money he saved working as a cashier. Wow, man. So he was a roller coaster ride supervisor. All right.
dedicated all of his time and money to posting his songs on SoundCloud. Lil Nas would also use his Twitter clout to try to get some attention to his music when he started out, but it wasn't very fruitful. He released a couple of EPs like Nasarati on October 31st, and saw a little bit of success, but nothing monumental. The same year he decided to pursue music, he found a producer online named Young Keo, and bought a $30 beat from him. That song would eventually drop in December of 2018, and that song was Old Town Road.
Did you listen to country or was
No,
it just a
it
vibe?
it was genuinely like I saw like one of these like country trappish kind of songs. I was like, damn, what if I did that but better? And that's what happened.
As we all know, this was Lil Nas X's big break, and although it didn't happen right away, this song went super viral.
Yeah.
Told Rolling Stone, it was the first song I genuinely formulated. I was like, I gotta make it short, I gotta make it catchy, I gotta have quotable lines that people want to use as captions. He spent a month writing the song and his goal was to make it viral. He was making cowboy memes, posting them on Twitter, and just hoping something would catch on.
Like, truthfully, you're passed as like a quote internet personality, and then also the account you had, it kind of has set you up to really be able to market yourself really well.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like older people aren't as good at that.
I feel like that's one of my strengths, and I'm happy to have it, honestly.
Eventually, it started going viral on TikTok, and then
I mean, I will say this, right? Like he is, a beast when it comes to being able to market my fucking dog. Being able to market, like and actually gain traction on stuff. Like he is a beast when it comes to that. I will give him that. But, when you start doing all of this salacious shit to try to get views, that's when it's like, all right, bruh, how about just make music? Right? Like you already got the clout, you already got the fame, you already got, the following that you need, you know. So just come out with music, do features, like go on tour, like do the shit that regular artists do. All of this extra shit isn't necessary. And that's what people are starting to realize with him. It's like, all right, dude, we get it, but like we don't give a fuck anymore. That's just kind of how I see it.
And by March of the next year, it popped up on the Billboard charts. and things started happening pretty fast
Wow.
for Lil Nas X. He signed a record deal, got a remix with Billy Ray Cyrus, and eventually he even went #1. But that's when Lil Nas X got into his first controversy, although it was not intentional. On March 23rd of 2019, after reaching the 19th spot on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart, Old Town Road was moved to the Hot Rap Songs charts. Billboard said, while Old Town Road incorporates references to country and cowboy imagery, it does not embrace enough elements of today's country music to chart in its current version.
Wow. Type of freak ass game is this? Yo, come on, man.
Which, side note, I think is absolutely crazy when you have so many modern country songs borrowing like their drums from rap. And I think if people like Kid Rock can chart in country, so can Lil Nas X. Anyways,
Right.
this was a huge controversy that helped boost the popularity of the song and caused much debate on the internet. The controversy may have even helped the song go #1, breaking records in the process, and that may have inspired his future moves. His Old Town Road virality was huge, as I'm sure most of you know. But then he encountered another problem. How can he make sure that he isn't just another one-hit wonder? So he got straight to work with his new label on his debut commercial EP, and on June 21st of 2019, he released the project 7. He had already released the lead single Panini, which did some crazy numbers, and also got a remix with DaBaby, which was a much bigger deal at the time. But what was interesting and even somewhat controversial
Yeah, I remember
about
that
this
song.
project was the fact that he used it, specifically the song Closure, to come out as gay. On the last day of Pride Month, he tweeted a picture of a rainbow featured on the cover saying, he thought he made it obvious. He also tweeted this funny genius annotation. Anyways, his Project 7 performed amazingly, debuting at #2 on the Billboard 200. But compared to standards he would eventually set, apart from songs like Rodeo and Panini, it didn't do Old Town Road numbers. And I think in part that is due to the lack of controversy and promotion surrounding this project compared to his other releases. So
Yeah.
to make sure his debut album continued to break records like Old Town Road did, Lil Nas X had to double down.
It's all of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of it. It's trolling, it's marketing, it works.
Like I mentioned earlier, Lil Nas X is a proficient Twitter user, so constantly having viral funny tweets has helped him to remain relevant even if he isn't releasing music. And the fact that he is genuinely funny is super helpful to his marketing.
Are you depressed? Are you low-key ugly as fuck? Is you gay?
I mean, I mean, listen, man, like, that's very true. I mean, he is, a character. He does have a personality, and it's crazy, and it's out there. And that's what I feel like a lot of people are, but if he leads with that, like he leads with a personality, not controversy. You understand what I mean? Like having a personality is fine. But when you start trying to, incite riots every single time you drop, that's when people just kind of say, all right, fuck it. Like, I'm not, I don't want to deal with it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we got good news, little nigga. Lil Nas X's collab with Crocs is out now.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Lil Nas X and Crocs. I'm no longer depressed, ugly, or gay.
His years of Twitter trolling and jokes were perfect for the internet culture he started making music in. So, like the marketing genius he is, he began rolling out his debut album Montero, 9 months before it even released. After doing some promotional stuff like a Roblox concert, he released the lead single for his album on March 26, 2021, along with a music video. The song was called Montero, Call Me By Your Name, and the music video featured some controversial stuff like Lil Nas X sliding down a giant stripper pole to hell and giving the devil a lap dance. This of course made many onlookers uncomfortable, leading to a lot of controversy from Christians saying he was worshiping the devil and things along those lines. But this song was very important to Lil Nas. He said in an interview that he grew up around Christianity and that his father was a gospel singer. He said that this made him feel very bad about himself when he thought he had feelings for men. He said, "I even thought if I have these feelings, it's just a test. A temporary test. It's going to go away. God is just tempting me." He continued that after accepting who he was, his video for Montero was rebellious and a form of expression. He was afraid to express who he really was, saying, like, I'm gay, but I'm not gay. Like, I'm gay, but I have to make sure you feel like I can be straight passing too.
Snap your W-2 and file your taxes.
I ain't hear him say all
100%
that.
free.
That's crazy.
TurboTax free edition. Roughly 37.
So this box he felt he was in was understandably very limiting. So that's why he went all out for that song.
I feel like especially in the industry, like when gay artists or gay pop artists or gay artists in general, like when they're hitting, like, we have to
Fontano.
be this respectable version of that. You know, we have to be like super soft and super sweet, and it's like, no, I want to be fucking raunchy sometimes. I want to make these songs like explicitly, like, okay, this is what I'm about to do. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, because I mean that
Yeah.
raunchiness is represented in heterosexual contexts in the music industry.
But like
True.
I said, there was a bit of backlash, especially from the conservative Christian community. It was especially fueled when a few days after releasing the song, he released his collab with Mischief.
Yeah, I remember that.
They had a drop of blood in the souls, a pentagram, and a bunch of other satanic details that sent people into a frenzy, creating a modern-day satanic panic. He even had pastors in church ranting about it.
I'll never be able to listen to it again. Bunch of devil worshiping, wicked nonsense, pentagram wearing on your Nike tennis shoe 666. You think I'm gonna stand for that? You've lost your mind. You tell Lil Nas X I said so. Bunch of Satanism, bunch of wickedness, bunch of devilism, bunch of demonism, bunch of psychotic wickedness.
I'm not even sure whether or not that clip was sped up. I'm sure most of you remember how crazy big of a deal it was at the time. And another thing Lil Nas
Yeah,
X
nah,
is
that
known for is being
those shoes went
unapologetic about
crazy. Those shoes went absolutely crazy a few years ago. Like, people were really trying to get their hands on it. Like, it was crazy. That was a time period you just had to be in. You just had to be there. It's crazy. And some people still walking around. I haven't seen anybody actually wear them. But those, I feel like, are probably the type of shoes where you don't really wear them, right? You just kind of hang them up. You know, you put them in your shoe closet and you just kind of let them sit there, you know, and then they just collect dust. Because if you walk out with these shits on, yo, you better be prepared for the for the day that you're about to have, because they're gonna be on your ass. You better not wear them on Sunday, is all I'm saying.
being himself. For example, he posted a video titled Lil Nas X apologizes for Satan shoes, which just abruptly cuts to his Satan lap dance. He's consistently stuck to his guns, trolling and arguing against any backlash he had received thus far. And thanks to his humor, it definitely helped people remain on his side for the majority of his career. For example, Nike filed a lawsuit against Mischief for the Satan shoes, and Lil Nas X just kept trolling on Twitter. All the noise he created worked again, with the single Montero debuting at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. He then released a much more serious and introspective single, Sun Goes Down, which really continued the theme of coming to terms with himself being gay. Then on July 23rd of 2021, he released the song Industry Baby featuring Jack Harlow, which debuted at #2 on the Billboard Hot 100. There wasn't much controversy with this song. Of course, there are a bunch of jokes online as Jack Harlow is a known troll, so him and Lil Nas X were the perfect duo. The video also had some provocative scenes with a bunch of naked dudes dancing in the shower, which didn't make the conservative Christians he pissed off any happier. But the song did do extremely well and eventually hit #1. Right before releasing his album, he did some more trolling with some billboards referencing
Remember that, Trey? Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, the dude is funny, right? Like, he does have funny moments and he is a funny dude, but like, after a certain point in time, like, you know, people do want to hear music, bro. Now, I will say, Industry Baby, that shit was hard. That beat was fire, yo. And I'm gonna say this: Jack Harlow was supposed to his career was supposed to go even higher after that song. I thought he was out of here after that song. I thought he was Zoom. I thought he was just taking off to the moon after that joint. And then it just kind of never really took off after that. You know, it just kind of stayed in the same place. But I thought Jack Harlow was about to be out of here. Because his verse was crazy. My track record's so clean, they couldn't wait to just bash me. I can't let the word gas me. Like, that shit was crazy, man.
how everyone hated him for the satanic stuff. And then on September 17th of 2021, he gave birth to his debut album, Montero. That probably sounds weird out of context, but he also had another promotional thing going on where his album was his baby, he was pregnant, and then when the album dropped, he gave birth. This wasn't really controversial at all, it was sort of strange, but didn't bring him nearly as much attention as the Satan stuff. His album performed very well, debuting at number 2 on the Billboard 200 with multiple hit songs on it. His controversy really helped him have a grand debut album. But after the hype wore off, Lil Nas X went into hiatus and began planning to do it again.
Hi, I'm Steven Singer. Yeah, that's
Get that ad money, Matt. Get that ad money.
Recently, Lil Nas X began preparing to come out of hiatus with his next single, J Christ. So you already know he pulled out all the stops for marketing. He began his rollout by posting him singing a song about God and hope and stuff like that, which already had a lot of people suspicious, thinking he was lying about being a Christian. I even saw some people going as far to say that his name, Lil Nas X, was supposed to represent Lucifer, and honestly, they might be onto something. Then on Twitter, he started reposting a bunch of fans' tweets that featured fake quotes from celebrities talking about Lil Nas X's comeback. Then he started posting TikToks about how he had to leave his label to make gospel music and that the industry was trying to make him satanic. And honestly, a lot of people believe that he was actually a Christian and the industry forced him to act that way when he was releasing Montero. He continued posting a ton of TikToks with this theme, saying he was going to expose the industry on the 12th, when in reality he was going to release his first song back from hiatus. Lil Nas kept posting TikToks and tweeting things related to Christianity and using Christian imagery, even claiming he was accepted into Liberty University for biblical studies, although this was false. It got to the point where Christian rappers were making diss tracks on him, which was pretty crazy. On January 8th, he tweeted,
Yeah, I did see
"My new
that.
single is dedicated to the man who had the greatest comeback of all time," and announced his song J Christ. The next day, he posted a video of him taking communion on TikTok, which was super controversial. Many Christians and non-Christians alike banded together across the internet to show their disapproval of his rollout, while some others were defending him. A lot of people also pointed out the hypocrisy of how Lil Nas X is getting a lot of hate, while others like Kanye can literally call themselves Yeezus and have a song called I Am God featuring God, attributing that hypocrisy to the fact that Lil Nas X is an open.
No, I mean, like, well, first of all, Kanye definitely gets hate. I mean, like, let's not sit there and act like he doesn't. He straight up does. People talk about how crazy Kanye is all the time. But I understand, like, kind of what he means. Like, you know, he's kind of given the genius, right? The genius label. And Lil Nas X is kind of, you know, shunned. And I already know what he's going to say because of, like, him being openly gay. So that kind of, you know, helps with people saying, you know, fuck Lil Nas X. But I just want to get back to the music, man. That's all. I just want him to just make music, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Gay artist. And Lil Nas X also backed this point by continuously reposting people talking about it. Then on January 12th, he released the song J Christ along with the music video. And just judging by the like ratio, this again was nothing short of controversial. The video depicted things like celebrities walking upstairs to heaven, Lil Nas X 1v1ing the devil from his Montero video, Lil Nas on a cross, the flood from the Bible, and much more. He's also on a cross on the cover of the song. Obviously, this upset a bunch of people. I don't think we can ignore the fact that Lil Nas X is openly gay, and that many Christians believe that is a sin. So this definitely added to people's disdain for his music video, especially when it comes to religious people. He even had Kai Cenat, the famous streamer, going off on him on his stream for disrespecting Christianity, with many people siding with Kai, while others pointed out Kai's contradictions. So the whole controversy is that people believed he was mocking Christianity or lying about being Christian. And it's understandable to how people would think this is another troll knowing his history, but Lil Nas X argued back on Twitter. He said, "The problem is y'all judge everything at face value. I've never released a visual without an underlying meaning and y'all know that. Since I'm a troll, y'all discount my art as just pissing people off." But after all the success he's seen from his controversies,
But that's
it
literally
wouldn't be
what you're
surprising
doing,
if
bro.
he at least thought in the back of his head that this would drive a lot of traffic to his music. Rolling Stone even said, Lil Nas X learned long ago that provocation is too good of a marketing tool to pass up. So regardless of the deeper meaning in his video or whether or not he is actually a Christian, one thing is for sure,
Right.
and that is that the marketing behind J Christ yet again has secured him billions of impressions and millions of views. Sure, his music and his videos have meanings behind them that maybe people don't realize, but he does recognize how important this marketing is and has seen firsthand how it has worked out so well for him. That's why he's posted over 70 TikToks and over 40 tweets about his latest song before and after its release. It goes to show you how powerful marketing is, especially.
Yeah, but actually not just marketing, just how just big controversy can make you, and also just drama, right? Just drama. Because whether or not, like you just said, whether or not, like, you know, he has any deeper meaning or anything like that in his videos, the fact that y'all are talking, the fact that, you know, there's a buzz around my song or around my album or whatever it is that I'm trying to promote, the fact that y'all are going to it helps me, period. The fact that y'all are even talking about what I'm doing is helping me. But it's there's a fine line with that shit, man. Obviously, yes, being provocative, you know, being a troll, being an asshole has its advantages, but it also has its disadvantages. So, but I mean, listen, it's working for the guy. It's working for him. It's working for him. So,
when it's provocative. The issue that now presents itself for Lil Nas X is, can it last? It's worked for him his entire career, but it seems like some spectators are catching on and getting tired of it. Unlike his other singles, this song actually failed to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 despite all of the crazy promotion. At the time I'm recording this, 7 days after its release, it has under 10 million plays on Spotify, which by Lil Nas' standards isn't so great. I think people are just tired of you relying on controversy to sell your music.
That's it.
Shock value can only get you so far, one fan writes on Twitter. Rolling Stone even published an article titled, "Are Lil Nas X's Provocations Getting Old?" And this is actually the first controversy that Lil Nas has apologized for. He posted a video on his Twitter and Instagram where he said his intentions were not to mock Christianity. He said he did know in the back of his head that it is a sensitive topic, but his intention wasn't to offend. Lil Nas specified that the entire
then what was it?
J. Christ was to say he's back like J. Christ, since he did return from a long hiatus and is likely going to roll out an album soon.
It was literally
bro.
Saying, oh, I'm back like Jesus. Like that was
dog. What? You can't just say I'm back. You got to throw in I'm back like Jesus. What? What are we talking about? What are we talking about, Nas? What are we talking about? No, not Nas. Oh, Lil Nas. You gotta make sure you put the Lil in front of that. But I mean, what do you mean, bro? What do you mean I didn't know it was gonna offend you? Yes, you did. You 100% knew that. You knew that it was gonna offend people. You knew it was gonna piss people off. You knew it was gonna cause controversy. You knew it, which is why you did it, because you wanted the buzz around your song. That's all your career has been, is controversy. Even from the start, like from you choosing your name, right? From you choosing your name to your very first breakout song to all of the, like, come on, man. Like, you know what you were doing, bro. You knew what you were doing. Because in order to be a good marketer or a good, in order to be as successful as you are, you have to know how to, get the people going in a sense. And you know how to do that. So you knew exactly what you were doing. And also it's like, when do people know when to take you seriously? Right? Because at some point you can't just go around all day playing. Like at some point you gotta be serious. Right? And when do people know when to take you seriously? If you're always constantly trolling, you're always constantly looking for a controversy, you're constantly looking for bullshit to attach to your songs and your rollouts. Like at what point do we say, okay, like now it's time to get to the music? Like, let's see what type of artist you actually are, minus the controversy. That's all people want to say. It's not that you can't have it sometimes, but sometimes, bro. Not all the fucking time, because people get sick and tired of it.
like the whole thing. I'm not the first person to dress up as Jesus. I'm not the first rapper. I'm not the first artist, and I won't be the last. And I know, like, given my history with, the Call Me By Your Name video, anything that I do related to religion can be seen as like mockery. That just was not the case with this.
He continued to explain that he thought the communion video was going to lighten the mood, but says he didn't understand how serious of a thing that was to many people.
Come on, man.
It was something everyone wanted to do as a kid, and that it would help people realize his intentions weren't out of disdain.
But I do apologize for that. I will say
I don't believe it, bro.
This is not like to try to get everybody on my good side or whatnot. This is more so to clear my own head about my own decisions. I know, like, I messed up, like, really bad this time. And I can act unbothered all I want, but it's definitely, like, taking a mental toll on me. I know this is not going to be, like, an immediate, like, swift, everybody, like, moves forward or whatnot, but I do want my Christian fans to know that I am not against you. I was put on this earth to you know, bring people closer together and promote love, and like that's who I am. I'm not like some evil demon guy trying to destroy every.
Like, bro, I don't even believe you, bro. Like, it's not believable. It's not believable. I don't believe you. You need more people. Like, this sounds like some shit that your manager told you to do. Like, I'm be real. This sounds like some shit that like your handlers told you to do. Like, this doesn't sound sincere or genuine at all. Like, you're trying to make it sound genuine, but it just comes off as just not genuine. Just is what it is, man.
Body's values and stuff like that. That's not me.
And even with this clarification and apology, many people don't believe he is being truthful, or they simply don't want to accept his apology. Many people think he's doing this because of the performance of the song, and many others think he's just straight up lying.
I mean, when you post yourself on a cross, it's like there's a difference between trolling and then probably like doing probably like doing too much. Like, you got the attention you wanted, and now it's like you probably didn't expect as big of a backlash that you got.
So with the way that
Yeah. Yeah. And even Dante. And shout out to Dante too. Because I think him and Lil Nas X did like a stream or something together or whatever. So, but I mean, I'm sure that was just business. But I mean, I don't think they're like best friends or nothing. I mean, I don't fucking know. But I mean, and Dante's no stranger to trolling and, pissing people off and shit like that. But like, there is a difference. And that's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. It's like, dude, like, you can have controversy, but it's like, do you need to have controversy every time you drop? Like, you can't just drop a fucking song. Like, you can have marketing for it, but damn, like, does it have to be something like this? Like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, how about you just make a song that's catchy and not blasphemous? Like, can you do that? Like, can you make a song about going to the beach? Like, can you make a song about, getting money? Like, I mean, something. But like, why do you feel the need to have to do this all the time? Like, and doesn't that get tiresome after a while? Like, doesn't that get annoying after a while where it's like, and then on top of that, I was just having this conversation with the wife, right? Like, why in the world, right, would you want to have this type of stuff consist of your career? So that when you look back, right, let's say when you finally done making music and doing all this shit, right, you turn old, you gray in the face, all that shit. When you look back on your career, are you really gonna be proud of the shit you put out? That you grace the world with? Like, are you really gonna be like happy about this? Like, when you are 60 years old and you look back at Montero and you look back at fucking, Jay Christ and all this shit, like, are you gonna be happy that you did this? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because this shit can only go but so far. Like, you can't be, 60, 70, 80 years old still trying to troll on the internet, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point in time, you gotta grow up. Right? At some point in time, you gotta grow up or grow out of controversy. Right? Using it to sell. It helps. It has its place. But every single time is just not necessary. I mean, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse with that, but you gotta say it. Hold on, I gotta look at my bets. I know, I'm fucking. Hold on. Damn. All right, Detroit, let's go. All right, man.
His latest music video has become even more divisive than anything he's released so far. It makes you wonder, will he keep doing crazy things and getting involved in controversies to help promote his music? Whether or not he likes it, Lil Nas X has built the majority of his career on controversies. So the question is, can he survive without it?
Nope. I'm gonna answer that question right now. Hell no. Hell no, he cannot. He can't survive without it because he hasn't shown that he can. He hasn't shown in any of his rollouts that he can. He hasn't shown. So until he shows it, or until he attempts to do it, then I guess the answer is no, right? I guess we can just safely say that the answer is no. But we'll see.